It is the early hours in Coruscant's entertainment district. It's not a place Republic forces find themselves very often, but clone intelligence has discovered a separatist-backed terrorist cell operating in the area, with the ability to strike major military targets. The Republic can't just send in the Coruscant Guard. This mission requires something more lethal, covert, and importantly, off the record. Imagine if the public found out about it. It would be a scandal. Luckily, 2 squads of clone commandos from the Special Operations Brigade have returned to Coruscant following another successful extraction mission, and so the 8 commandos of Delta and Omega squads would commandeer the top floor of a local and slightly dodgy cantina and hotel, being joined in secret by 2 Jedi generals, Tur McCann and Bardin Jasik, and a Mandalorian advisor, Walon Val, formerly Delta Squad's teacher and mentor. Val once said of Delta Squad, "I feel genuinely sorry for any hostile who has the misfortune to face Delta Squad in combat." But what they would be facing on Coruscant was not a textbook operation. The only contact the strike team would have with the terrorists was through Cal Scarata, the ex-commando instructor. He had also mentored Omega Squad on Kamino, and was now the military advisor to the SOB. It was Scarata who used his vast array of contacts in the Coruscant underworld to secure the Qibbus Hotel as a base of operations for the Commandos. He had made contact by promising the terrorists that he could supply them with explosives, and was attempting to set up an in-person meeting. Meanwhile, Delta and Omega squads had to lay low, taking it in turn to patrol the areas surrounding their holdout, but the tensions between the 2 squads was hard to ignore. Although linked through their shared experiences of Geonosis and their training on Kamino, their different styles of training given by their instructors made them both very different squads. Because of the strange nature of the operation, the Commandos would be equipped with Scarata's personal Verpine sniper rifles. The legality of these rifles and Scarata's license to use them, well, they are definitely up for question. Scarata had by this stage managed to arrange an initial meeting with a terrorist leader, a Jabeam human named Periv. Unknown to the terrorists, they were being watched the whole time by the Commandos, and had been marked by them with special invisible trackers. A time and location was established for the explosives drop-off, a food distribution warehouse in Quadrant F-76 of Galactic City, an area previously reconnoitred by Delta Squad. So with 17 hours until they would strike, they retired to Qibbus Bar, and after a few too many drinks, Scarata burst in. The time of the meeting had been changed. It would be a few hours earlier. The Commandos clearly didn't see this as a major problem as they ordered another round. But as the time approached, the Commandos would clean their weapons, check their armour, and covertly move out under the cover of darkness. The warehouse was a vast complex, but its entrances and exits were very limited. As the Commandos entered the area, they would split up, Sev partnering with Ordo, Fixer with Atin, Boss and Scorch would stay together and secure the warehouse's landing strip. Scarata was already inside, and as he passed the explosives off to the terrorists, they began loading them into their hover van. Scarata gave the signal. The terrorists were taken out without them having a second to react, except for a rogue grenade which swept Scorch off his feet. The Commando's demolition man was unscathed. The operation from beginning to extraction took only 9 minutes, and with the final night off, before official military operations would begin, they headed back to Qibbus for a well-deserved drink. That night they would also attend the Coruscant Security Forces Club as honoured guests in recognition of their great services they had done in taking out what could have been a major threat to the Republic capital. And although their next mission to Skooma was probably at the back of their minds, Delta Squad could at least enjoy this off-the-record victory. Delta would serve together for the rest of the war, before splitting up under yet unknown circumstances after Order 66. Omega Squad would be sent to Gaftakar for a more textbook operation, assisting anti-separatist partisans, and would disobey Order 66. Half the squad was able to escape to Mandalore, the other 2 were injured and had to remain in Imperial service. Cal Scarata would continue to advise the SOB for the rest of the war, and would follow the 2 members of Omega Squad back to Mandalore in 19 BBY. As for Qibbus Bar, well, I'm sure that very fine establishment lasted another 1,000 years.